They break clouds into 4 families and also types of clouds. When they talk about 4 families, then they're only talking about whether clouds are low clouds, medium clouds, high clouds, and clouds with extensive vertical development. Okay, so when they're talking about families, they're just really talking about the height range. When we talk about types of clouds, it's a little bit more important. The types of clouds that we could have are cirrus, and cirrus clouds are the ones that are really high and they're kind of wispy looking, and those are composed of ice crystals. The next type of cloud would be your cumulus cloud. And cumulus clouds are the ones that are kind of white, fluffy, cotton ball looking clouds. And then we have stratus. Stratus clouds are those clouds that are not much shape or dimension to them. It's kind of hard to see where they stop and start, the low grayish clouds. And those are your 3 main types of clouds. Now we can add prefixes and suffixes on these clouds, cloud types, to explain them a little more. And the ones you're typically going to see are alto, towering, and nimbus. And these prefixes and suffixes explain a little bit more about the clouds. Alto means tall, and alto means high, and towering means tall, and nimbus means rain. So let's see how this works. If I said there was an alto cumulus cloud, that means that the cumulus cloud base is up higher than normal. And typically cumulus clouds bases start anywhere from 3, 4, 5,000 feet. But if the base began at 10 or 12,000 feet, that would be higher than normal, so they may call it an alto cumulus cloud. Or the same thing with a stratus cloud. Stratus clouds are typically found down lower, so if I saw or found a stratus cloud up at 15,000 feet, they may consider that an alto stratus cloud. Towering would be if you had a cumulus cloud and it started to build, they would call it a towering cumulus cloud. And if that cloud started to produce rain, then it would become a cumulonimbus cloud, known as our thunderstorms. So CBs are how they abbreviate thunderstorms, CBs, because what that actually stands for is the cumulonimbus cloud. Remember that the thunderstorm and the mature stage definition is when the rain comes out of it. So we could have an alto cumulus cloud, we could have a towering cumulus cloud, or a cumulonimbus cloud. If you had a nimbostratus cloud, that just means that your stratus cloud is producing rain. There's a couple other types of clouds associated with the mountains that you definitely want to be familiar with. The Appalachian Mountains are right here, so we definitely see some of these types of clouds, and they're a very good indication of strong turbulence. But one type of cloud that you may see is called a lenticular cloud. And the lenticular cloud forms by air moving up the mountain. If the air was very moist, there was a lot of saturation to the air, then you would have more of a thunderstorm type cloud. But if there was only a small amount of moisture, the type of cloud that would appear looks something like a lens, and they call it a lenticular cloud. But what you're actually seeing is that the air forced up over the mountains is condensing into visible moisture, and then the air flows back down, so it dissipates on the way back down. Even though the cloud appears to just stand there, as a matter of fact they call them a standing lenticular cloud, this is an indication to the pilot of very strong turbulence because the air is being forced up and back down the mountain. So those are known as lenticular clouds. Another type of cloud you may see associated with the mountains, or if you have a mountain chain, and this would be the valley area, and the winds are blowing perpendicular across the mountains, that it will set up a wave-like pattern of airflow across the mountains. And this wave-like pattern will continue downstream from the mountains. And as this airflow pattern goes like this, it creates an up and down draft. And the type of clouds that form are rotor clouds. And they appear to be like very long rows of clouds. And what's going on in this cloud is a very strong circular motion in the clouds from the updraft and the downdraft. But they can be, 50 miles worth of these rotor clouds. But again, to the pilot, it is an indication of very strong turbulence. So mountain type clouds would be your standing lenticular clouds or the rotor type clouds.